If you don't get it, you will once I tell you why he's been banned from Twitch for years and now from YouTube indefinitely. First of all, who is DrDisRespect? And why does he look like Spike from the Mario movie? Well, I can't answer the second question, but I can tell you that Herschel Guy Bohm the fourth, aka DrDisRespect, was a Twitch and YouTube streamer with nearly 5 million subscribers on YouTube. He had about 4 million subscribers on Twitch before he was banned way back in 2020. Why was he banned, you might ask? Well, that's what we're finally finding out 4 years later. Brief filming interlude. Say hello to Kirby. Aww. Kirby! Say like and subscribe. So, I think you can understand what that means. Back to the video. I guess Kirby's gonna stay here and film with me, actually, so we'll see how much she can offer to the commentary. First time he was banned was for live streaming public bathroom, actually, at E3, the games conference. He was banned from the event for life for repeatedly entering the bathroom while streaming to Twitch. Because of this incident, he was also banned from Twitch for a couple weeks. Now, to me, that reads as early signs that this man had a problem with boundaries, a significant lack of respect for them. But that's just the first offense, okay? That doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about today. Now, the following year, just before the end of the world in March 2020, DrDisRespect actually signed a multi-year contract with Twitch to exclusively stream on their platform. After signing this contract though, only 3 months later, he was permanently banned from Twitch and removed as a Discord partner in June of 2020. Now at the time, DrDisRespect claimed he had no idea why he'd been banned. But shortly afterwards, that same year in August, he resumed streaming on YouTube instead. Why YouTube allowed him to continue to stream on their platform will become clear in a minute, but it's important to remember that at the time, there really was no publicly available information on why he had been banned from Twitch in the first place. Sir Disregard maintained his claims of innocence for a full year until August 2021, when he announced that he not only knew the reason for his ban, finally, but that he was suing Twitch due to the amount of money that he had lost and the reputational hit that he had taken because of the ban. In March of 2022, the two sides settled their lawsuit, with neither side really admitting any wrongdoing, although it is important to note that Twitch did pay out the remainder of his contract. Even after the settlement though, there was no information on why he had been banned in the first place. That is until just a couple days ago, on June 21st, 2024, when Cody Connors, a former Twitch employee, tweeted that Senior Dysentery himself was banned due to his inappropriate interactions with a minor. Okay, trigger warning for grooming and all the associated trauma that comes with that. But apparently, Lord Dipshit was sexting a minor using Twitch's now defunct direct message function known as Whispers. So now you understand. Connors reported that the streamer even tried to convince the minor to meet up with him at TwitchCon. Another former trust and safety officer who worked at Twitch at the time corroborated this report, adding the following about Mr. Beam's willingness to communicate with someone who he knew was underage. I recall that DrDisRespect was made aware by the individual that they were underage during the conversation, after which he indicated that this was no problem and continued on, the former employee says. There was no confusion. Messages sent after this was acknowledged were no less graphic and in sexually explicit nature than before, and I think more than the categorization of leaning too much in the direction of being inappropriate might indicate. Now that last sentence there contains a quote from one of DrDisRespect's tweets in response to these allegations being finally brought to light. His first tweet goes out on June 22nd, in which he states that he's legally bound by his settlement with Twitch, but that he did nothing wrong and that he'd be streaming Elden Ring on Monday, June 24th. Now, he wouldn't release the lengthy statement quoted above until after that stream, but I want to show y'all something first.
You know how we run things here.
The video you're watching now is of Detective Dissatisfaction himself, as he realizes in real time just how over his career is. The message he receives on his phone is likely the one telling him that his game studio that he founded and was the face of, Midnight Society, had decided to terminate their relationship with him. Now he tries to continue for a second before mumbling something about how he's burnt out and how he wants to take an extended break from streaming.
How we feeling, Doc? Says Roy. I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued, feeling a little burnt out. When shit like this happens over the weekend. But I think the first and foremost, though, is I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up, and I think I might just extend that starting now.
From his first tweet, it's pretty obvious to me that he really expected all of this to blow over like it had so many times before in the years leading up to this. But this time, he couldn't ignore it. His own studio could no longer continue with him involved as mounting accounts of his objectionable behavior surfaced. Shortly after the stream ended, Midnight Society released a tweet that basically made official all the things that we're speculating here now. They had terminated their relationship with him. The Turtle Beach Corporation ended their relationship with him the next day, and YouTube demonetized his channel shortly afterwards. See, YouTube had been aware of these rumors from the beginning, but they didn't have access to enough evidence to justify a ban from their own platforms for the guy. But there's no lack of it now. In a statement published on June 25th, the one quoted above, DrDisRespect comes right out and admits to contacting a minor using Twitch's whisper feature. Although it should be stated that he removed the word minor from his statement and replaced it with individual before people commented noting that change, and he edited the statement again to read individual minor. Really? Just one individual minor? I applaud your restraint. But of course, this is a grown man who made his money online and is now being exposed as a creep. Obviously, he's not just going to accept responsibility and walk off into the sunset with all the millions of dollars that he's made, which I don't understand. I mean, unbelievably, he's done all this while being married and having a young child at home. I mean, why not just go hang out with them? You don't need to continue streaming. He could just walk away from all this and just live in anonymity forever, but of course, that's never going to happen. Because while he does say that he never should have let it go this far, that this is on him, and that he's got to own his shit, he clings to the fact that nothing illegal happened, and that no criminal charges were ever brought against him. He uses that quote from earlier to describe these explicit conversations with a minor, saying they might have merely leaned too much in the direction of inappropriate. Like, dude, I think this would seem a lot more genuine if this little sliver of accountability wasn't sandwiched between two huge paragraphs saying that, actually, I didn't commit a crime, I'm not a predator, and how dare you say that I am one. Dude, if Twitch hadn't stepped in, would you have stopped? Obviously not, because you didn't. If the child had shown up to TwitchCon and met you, would you have stopped? I'll grant that nothing illegal has happened as far as we know, but don't act like your actions aren't precursors to all the acts you pretend you were miles away from committing. Honestly, like, he should just be happy that he kept this thing under wraps for 4 years, because he doesn't deserve anywhere close to that much time to build wealth and profit off of his audience at this point. Regardless, he ends it the same way any fake apology ends, by saying he doesn't give a fuck about the haters, by saying that people want him to disappear, but that he refuses to be canceled and go away. I don't really think it's hating if you're openly admitting to having inappropriate contact with a minor, and the allegations beyond what you admit to here are even more serious. To hear you admit to this much but no further says to me that, yeah, there's worse things on the other side of that. Although that's just my opinion, that's just speculation. Not an accusation, but just my understanding of human nature. And finally, DrDisRespect, I'm not going out of my way to make you disappear or try and cancel you or whatever you think this is. I just don't think you deserve an audience. Plain and simple. My hope is not that you would lose your career just because I'm hating on you, but that one day we'll live in a world where you couldn't scrape 5 people together who would defend you for the things that you've done. That is what I want. A world where people like you who do horrible things can't build an audience in the first place. But until that day comes, I don't know. I guess you can go hang out with Miranda Sings and play ukulele or whatever she's into these days.
The only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. My name has been Aaron Trevino. I'm trying to become the most subscribed to Aaron Trevino on this website. So do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, join the cause to help me become the most subscribed to Aaron Trevino on this website. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. And if you're still in defense of DrDisRespect, I just have to ask why? What's going on? What's the issue? But sound off in the comments, and I guess we'll see what your train of thought is as well. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.